This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. Hello and welcome. My name's Nicholas Callis. The Tampa Bay Rays trying to crawl back into the AL East, playing the best team with the best record in the American League, the Minnesota Twins. Target Field, the host of this game. It's coming up right now. Kenta Maeda on the mound for the Twins, one of the best American League pitchers this season, 8-0, one of two pitchers undefeated in the American League. He has the most wins in the American League, 8 wins in 12 starts. His ERA is .260. He's in the top 10 on the leaderboard in the American League with his earned run average. And here comes the leadoff hitter of the Rays, Brandon Lowe.
Leading off tonight for Tampa Bay, the second baseman.
And we get this game underway. That's outside. The count's 1-0. The Twins with the best record in the American League. 43-19, entering play first in the AL Central. In the month of May, the Twins went 24-5. The White Sox were in first place in the AL Central, but the White Sox, even though they went 18-11 in the month of May, which isn't that bad of a record, were overtaken by the Twins, who just caught fire. Had a great month. 5 losses in 29 games. So now the Twins, again, leading the AL Central, the best record in the American League. On the ground up the middle, jump throw by Polanco. Safe at first, though, is Lowe. Great effort by Polanco, trying to make a jump throw on the backhand. And this is a tough play. Players make this look easy. But you see there, he's going against the first base bag, so he's got to make a jump throw to change his momentum quickly, and that's all arm strength because his legs aren't planted on the ground. He's in midair trying to make that throw, just couldn't get enough on it, and Lowe fast enough to bust it down the line and get himself an infield single. So nobody out, runner on first. Here's Austin Meadows. Right now the leader among right fielders in all-star voting, .318 average, 19 home runs, 54 runs batted in for the young outfielder. That's a strike. The count's even 1-1. Meadows is tied for second in the American League in runs batted in with Josh Donaldson, who's a member of the Twins. The league leader in RBIs is Lourdes Gurriel Jr. He has 62. Gurriel Jr. a part of the Blue Jays. 2-ball, 1-strike count now on the former Pirate, a player who has blossomed here in Tampa Bay. Well, not physically here, but in a Rays uniform. 2-1 pitch. That's a strike. The count's even 2-2. Meadows was an all-star last season. He made his debut with the Pirates in 2018, was traded later that season to the Rays. Started regularly in the outfield for the Rays in 2019. Made the All-Star team, consistent middle-of-the-order bat. Now here he is starting this year, playing left field, batting second. Unleashing his potential in the younger parts of his career. Arias, Polanco. Back to Sano, but Meadows beats out the back end. Out at first is Lowe, and aboard at first with a single. Or excuse me, aboard at first with a fielder's choice is Austin Meadows. Want to bring up the number 3 hitter, Yandy Diaz. Former Cleveland Indian. Broke out last season with the Rays. Matt Duffy was dealing with some injuries. So Yandy Diaz was acquired, and he became the third baseman of the team. Broke out more offensively than anything. But still has his starting position at third base, and he's batting third in this order. That's dropped by Estudio. And down to second goes Austin Meadows. And the scorer's decision on that is a passed ball. So the Rays now have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. I mean, there's always an explanation. Catchers at the major league level typically don't drop pitches like that. Check swing, but the count's 2-1. That ball found the zone. But focusing on Maeda for a bit, He formerly pitched for the Dodgers. He was a long relief pitcher. Made spot starts here and there. He moved from the Dodgers to the Twins as a part of that three-team deal between the Red Sox, the Twins, and the Dodgers. The Kenta Maeda now on the Twins. And the Twins also got a former Dodger, though they didn't acquire him in a trade. They signed Rich Hill in free agency, and Hill expected back any day now. He's coming off the final stages of rehab. Should be back in the Twins rotation. Well, he didn't start for the Twins yet because he's just signed out of free agency, but he started this year on the injured list, and he's coming off soon. Diaz strikes out. There are now 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Maeda got him with a high fastball. Changed the eye level, got him to swing and miss. And now with 2 outs, got to bring up the cleanup hitter, Ji-Man Choi. Choi, formerly with the Yankees, the Angels, and the Brewers. Found a nice home here, though, with the Rays. Fans have loved him, too, since he's been around. Pretty good defensively. Definitely has good offensive numbers against right-handed pitching. And he flies out to Byron Buxton, and the top of the first inning is over. The Rays get no runs on 1 hit. 1 runner left on base after a half inning. It's the Rays 0, and the Twins coming to bat. On the mound for the Rays, Brendan McKay, a young pitcher. 2-2 in 7 starts with a .435 earned run average. The Twins have made some moves. Or excuse me, not the Twins. The Rays have made some moves recently. They sent down Jalen Beeks, and Brendan McKay was one of a few starters that got called up, and he got placed in the rotation. McKay started 2020 in the minors, came up to the majors when Blake Snell was on the injured list for about a week, as that's lined to left center field, caught by Meadows. 1 quick out to begin the bottom of the first. We'll take a look at the starting lineup. Here it is for the Twins. Max Kepler, Jorge Polanco, Nelson Cruz, Josh Donaldson, new this season, and he's on a tear. Eddie Rosario batting 5th, Miguel Sano 6th, Luis Arias 7th, Williams Estudio 8th, and Byron Buxton at the bottom of the order and playing center field. 1 quick out for McKay. Here's Jorge Polanco, a switch hitter batting from the right side. That's strike 1. But McKay had come up at first when Blake Snell was on the injured list for about a week. Got sent back down, but and there were some Rays pitchers that got sent down. McKay came up, so this is, as of now, a permanent change. He'll be in the rotation, regularly starting. He has been regularly starting. The numbers aren't too bad for him. But if he performs as advertised, he should stay in the rotation throughout the year. The Rays, however, though, have gone into a bit of a dip. They had not a great month of May. 1-2 pitch in the air, out to right field. And that's caught by Hunter Renfroe. And now there are 2 outs in the bottom of the first.
Batting third, the designated hitter, Nelson.
But the Rays in the month of May went 11-17. That dropped them to 3rd in the AL East. They were 30-31 after the month of May. And now playing the Twins, they've lost 2 games. They're 30-33 entering play. Nelson Cruz up to the plate. Those 53 RBIs he has on the season are good for 2nd on the Twins behind Josh Donaldson. And they're also good for 4th best among American leaguers. Excuse me. Counts even 1-1. But this is game 3 of a 3-game series. The Rays are looking to avoid a sweep. Already talked about what a tear the Twins went on in the month of May, and they're starting June off on the right foot. 2 straight wins. Heading into June's 3rd day. 1-2 pitch. On the ground right side and foul. 1 ball, 2 strike count on one of the best power hitters in modern day. He swings and misses, and the first inning has come to an end. The Twins get no runs on no hits, and they leave no runners on base. After 1 full inning, no score here at Target Field. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. Going to the top of the second inning, 5, 6, 7 hitters are due up for the Rays. Hunter Renfroe, Jose Martinez, and Willy Adames. Kenta Maeda gave up a hit last inning. See the infield there shifted. Anticipating Renfroe to pull the ball, leaving a gap. A large gap in the right side of the infield. 1-0 pitch. That's inside, counts 2-0. Like we talked about before, Maeda undefeated entering play. He's 8-0. The 8 wins he has are good for the American League best. And he's 1 behind Walker, or now 2 behind Walker Buehler for the Major League best. Walker Buehler earned his 10th win of the season today against the Braves. And that win total leads all of baseball. 3-0 the count. But Maeda, one of 2 pitchers in the American League that are still undefeated on the year. He's turned himself into one of baseball's best pitchers this season, getting a chance to consistently start in a rotation. Like I mentioned before, when he played for the Dodgers, he was a long relief arm, and he was a spot starter. He's also 4th in the American League in ERA with his .260 ERA. Counts full 3-2 on Hunter Renfroe. But Maeda, a tough task for this Rays team that struggled in the month of May and is trying to get back in the AL East. In the American League East, the Blue Jays had a decent month of May. That moved them to 2nd place in the AL East. Of course, the Yankees are leading. But the Blue Jays are in 2nd place and have a legitimate contention at the wild card spot at this point in the season. Lined into left field and foul. That just got over the hand of Josh Donaldson, or the glove, I should say, but it had some tail spin on it and went foul. The count's still full 3-2. Popped up and foul. That was pitch number 10 of this plate appearance. Hunter Renfroe, the starting right fielder of the Rays, was acquired from the Padres in this offseason. Ground ball right side at the lone man on the infield. Unfortunate for Renfroe. Maeda covering. That's out number 1. Here's the starting defense for the Twins. Rosario in left, Buxton in center, Kepler in right, Donaldson manning the hot corner, Polanco at short, Arias at second, and Miguel Sano at first base, and Williams Estudio behind the plate doing the catching. The Twins traded Mitch Garver to the Dodgers for a couple infield prospects and Scott Alexander, who's a left-handed arm, the only one that made the Major League roster out of that trade. He's in the bullpen. He's had consistent numbers and is a veteran arm to have in the bullpen. But the Twins, despite trading their starting catcher, the former Silver Slugger Award winner among catchers last season, they're still as hot as they are. And right now it's a deal that worked out for both teams. Swing and a miss, that's out number 2. Martinez just chased that high fastball, and now there are 2 outs in the top of the second. But the Dodgers, they've had some players injured this season. Max Muncy tore an Achilles tendon, so he won't play again in 2020. But the Dodgers had also had some players getting cold as well. And Mitch Garver was immediately inserted into the cleanup spot in the Dodgers order, and they started doing better. Of course, the Twins were doing as well as they've been doing. Scott Alexander, certainly a part of that. A regular choice out of this bullpen, so a mutually beneficial trade. The immediate results are successful for both teams. Of course, the Twins have some potential future members, as they got 3 players in the trade. 2-1 pitch. In the air to right field, and that's foul. And the count evens up 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two ball, 2 strike pitch. Outside, the count's full 3-2. Kevin Kiermaier's on deck. Three balls, 2 strikes. Well placed pitch, but good discipline by Adames. He works a 2-out walk.
The center fielder.
So with 2 outs, here comes Kevin Kiermaier. Having a pretty decent offensive season, .288 hitter with 8 home runs and 30 RBIs. He's also won a few Gold Gloves among outfielders in his career, including last season. Kiermaier, one of the best defensive outfielders in baseball. And even though the Rays now have Austin Meadows, who's naturally a center fielder, Kiermaier is just too good out there to play him anywhere else but in center field. He's quickly down on the count of this plate appearance. No balls and 2 strikes. Down low, counts 1-2. Kiermaier been a lifetime Tampa Bay Ray, and he's been manning center field as early as 2013. One ball, 2 strike pitch. On the ground right side. There's Arias. He throws to Sano. And the top of the 2nd inning is over. No runs on no hits for the Rays. 1 walk in the inning. 1 runner left on base. Going to the bottom of the 2nd inning, it's the Rays 0 and the Twins 0. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. The Twins went down in order last inning, so it'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters due up in this inning. Josh Donaldson, Eddie Rosario, and Miguel Sano. Josh Donaldson, the American League leader in home runs with 22. He's also tied for 2nd in the American League in runs batted in with 54. He's tied with Austin Meadows, who's on the Rays. Donaldson has played for the Athletics, the Blue Jays, the Indians, the Braves, and now here he is with the Twins. Grounded toward the middle, but the shift has him beat. 1 quick out to begin the bottom of the 2nd, and with that, we'll look at the defense for the Rays. Austin Meadows out in left. Kiermaier, Gold Glove Award winner last season in center. Renfroe in right. Diaz at third base. Adames at short. Lowe at 2nd. Choi at 1st. And Stubbs starting behind the plate for the Rays. And we'll talk about him more when he comes up to the plate. But he's one of the newest members of this Tampa Bay Rays team. That's strike 1 to Rosario. 6th in AL All-Star voting among left fielders. He's always been a consistent bat for the Twins. And he's been batting 5th consistently ever since Mitch Garver has been gone. Has 119 home runs over 5 seasons. He's quickly down, no balls and 2 strikes. A little too high, and good discipline by Rosario. The count's 1-2. One ball, 2 strike pitch. On the ground to the right side. Lowe throws to Choi, and that's out number 2.
Batting 6th, the first baseman.
Bottom of the 2nd, 2 outs. And here comes Miguel Sano, .278 hitter with 12 home runs and 33 RBIs this season. Number 6 in the Twins order. Played third base formerly until the acquisition of Josh Donaldson. And since then, he's been playing first base. So the 3 batters that have hit so far this inning have had the shift on them, and you see it demonstrated there. The infield exaggerated to the left. They're anticipating Sano to pull the ball. That's down low. The count's 1-0. 1-1 pitch. Popped up and foul. The count quickly 1-2. Sharply on the ground and foul. Man. Diaz was able to dive for that ball, but it was in foul territory. Unique things that happen with the shift. Another foul ball. Sano extending this plate appearance. 1-2's the count. That's low and inside. That evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. On the Twins' first baseman. Still no score here at Target Field. Got him to chase, and that ends the bottom of the second inning. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on for the Twins. And after 2 full innings, no score at Target Field. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20, and I'm Nicholas Callis. 9-1-2 hitters do up for the Rays. In this half inning, Garrett Stubbs leading off. He takes ball 1. Stubbs, a former Houston Astro and a former prospect catcher with the Astros. The Astros and the Rays conducted a trade a few days ago. Stubbs is now playing for the Rays, and he's their starting catcher. And the Rays traded their starting catcher to the Astros. Mike Zunino is now the starting catcher of the Astros, and Martin Maldonado is now on the bench. That can help out the Astros offense a bit. Zunino consistently in his career has been a power hitter. But Stubbs grounds out there to Arias. That's 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. And with that, the order recycles for the Rays. Here's Brandon Lowe. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the first inning. 247 hitter with 7 home runs and 29 RBIs. Maeda on the mound for the Twins. He's really turned himself into an ace, one of the best pitchers in the American League. Has kept the Rays scoreless through 2 full innings. And he has Lowe down in the count. 1 no balls and 2 strikes. Maeda into the wind. Too far inside. Counts 1-2. Down low, counts even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Maeda working quickly in this one. Here comes pitch number 50. Diving stop by Arias, and the shift helps the Twins. 2 outs.
Up next for Tampa Bay.
And a regular shift. That's a clear single through the right side. But the Twins sacrificing the left side of the field to gain more players, more range on the right side, and Arias uses his extension, all of his body, to make that play and get an out. So now with 2 outs, Austin Meadows is up to the plate. Meadows 0 for 1. Batting now with the bases empty. 2 outs, top of the 3rd. And more shifts being executed by the Twins. You see there. The infield exaggerated to the right. 1 ball, no strike pitch. Outside counts 2-0. I saw Eric Ledford mention something in the chat. I thought the Pirates were stupid to trade Meadows. I think the explanation was that Neil Huntington was making a bold move for the Pirates. The Pirates were on an 11-game winning streak in 2018, and they were making a push, giving fans hope that they could make the postseason. So adding an ace like Archer was a good decision at the time, or was thought to be a good decision, but I mean, it is true that there are several fans around the baseball community that think the Pirates overpaid for Archer. And looking at hindsight, which is always 20/20, it is understandable that might not have been the best trade for the Pirates. In the air, Left center field. Rosario running back. And he makes the catch. Covered some range out in left center field, but he makes the play, and the top of the third inning is over. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on for the Rays. Going to the bottom of the third inning. Still no score. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 7-8-9 hitters do it for the Twins. In this half inning, Luis Arias, Williams Astudillo, and Byron Buxton. Arias enters on an 8-game hitting streak, and his numbers reflect the kind of player he is. A .317 hitter, but with just one home run. He broke into the league last season, and he's been known for his great contact abilities. Hits for average, not so much for power. Not a big run producer, but he gets on base. And that's quite uncommon for a Twins team that set a record last season for most team single-season home runs. They hit over 500. They even beat the Yankees. The Yankees and Twins last season, each as a team, hit over 500 home runs. But the Twins set a record. But Arias wasn't one of the players to contribute to that. And a team that's so renowned for power, Arias centers his game around being a contact hitter and an on-base machine. And look, he did that here. That's ball 4. Leadoff base runner on for the Twins. That's the first base runner that McKay's led up in this game. Here comes Williams Astudillo. 244 hitter with 2 home runs and 9 RBIs. He's been a platoon starter at catcher for the Twins ever since Mitch Garver has been on. He starts against left-handed pitching. And Alex Avila, who's on the bench now, typically starts when there's a right-handed starter on the mound. But Astudillo signed out of Venezuela. He's also a versatile player, can play multiple positions. But catcher is his primary one. Counts quickly 0-2. Again, he and Avila splitting playing time, so neither of them starting consistently, but hasn't faced the Twins very much. 24-5 in the month of May were the Twins. They have the best record in the American League. 43-18. And they've won their first 2 games in June. This is game 3 of a 3-game series. And the Twins won the first 2. 2-2 pitch. That's down low. The count's full 3-2. There's only one other team with over 40 wins in Major League Baseball, and that's the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers right now are 43-19 after their win today against the Braves. Line towards center field. That's going to be a base hit. Kiermaier gets that in quickly, but it's bobbled by Diaz. He keeps it in front of him. Arias not tempted to go anywhere, but back to second base. That's the first hit of the game for the Twins. And back-to-back batters have reached base. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Byron Buxton. Struggled offensively, but that's pretty much been his game. He's I was going to say he's a plus runner, but that wouldn't be an accurate description of how fast he is. He's like a double plus runner. Very good speed. Bunts a lot to get on base. Also a great defensive center fielder because he covers so much range out in the outfield. Has 9 stolen bases, tied for 5th best in the American League. Dealt with an injury last season, too. He was injured for part of this season as well. But for the most of this season now, he's been the starting center fielder. Consistently batting at the bottom of the order. And he comes up in a pivotal spot in this game. Brendan McKay set the Twins down rather easily in the first 2 innings, but finds some trouble here in the third. Arias on second, Astudillo on first. And now the count even 2-2 on Buxton. Two-two pitch. Outside, counts full 3-2. And danger lurking in the on-deck circle and in the near future. As the top of the order is coming up next. Strike three called. A well-placed pitch by Brendan McKay. It wasn't high, it wasn't low, it wasn't a bait pitch, and it wasn't a breaking ball. A simple fastball over the outside edge of the plate. Sets Buxton down. So now there's at least one out in this bottom of the third inning. As the top of the order comes back up for the Twins. Here's Max Kepler. That's down low. The count's 1-0. Max Kepler, one of just over 40 players that have played Major League Baseball after being born in the country of Germany. He's also a pretty decent player. Contributes to the power numbers that the Twins put up every year. And has a plus arm out in right field, and he splits the gap with that hit. Arias rounds third. He's going to come around to score. Meadows gets that in quickly. Relayed by Adames, and he holds it, as a matter of fact. RBI double for Max Kepler, scoring from second. Luis Arias advancing from first to third. Is Williams Estudio, and on second base, Max Kepler. Still one out. That's outside to Jorge Polanco, the shortstop of the Twins. Polanco 0 for 1, switch hitter batting from the right side. That's a strike, counts even 1-1. Polanco enters the game on a 4-game hitting streak. Brendan McKay kept the Twins scoreless through the first 2 innings, but you can't bog down the Twins for too long. They scored an early run on a Max Kepler RBI double. Now that pitch has popped up. Most likely won't produce any runs. That was caught on the shoelaces of Yandy Diaz, who ran all the way to the pitcher's mound. That was close to hitting the ground, but it's an out. And so now 2 outs in the bottom of the third. And Nelson Cruz up to the plate. Still 2 runners in scoring position. Estudio on third, Kepler on second. Cruz is 0 for 1. Facing Brendan McKay for the second time in this game. That's ball 1. Cruz started his career with the Milwaukee Brewers. That's where he had his rookie season, but went on to play for the Rangers. And if you know anything about baseball, you know what kind of career he had there. Was traded from the Rangers to the Orioles in 2014, and then signed a fresh free agent deal with the Mariners. Played there from 2015 to 2018, and then signed a deal with the Twins in the 18-19 offseason. He's been here for a couple of years, and his bat has not slowed down very much at all. Entering his later years, he's in his late 30s. But still can swing it, and is a feared power bat. Consistent middle of the order hitter in this Twins lineup. 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. Line foul, and the count remains even 2-2. McKay now over 50 pitches, as is Maeda. And to this point, 1 run separates the two. Left side foul, the count's still even. Two-two pitch, down low. It runs the count full 3-2, and McKay has thrown some high-intensity pitches in this inning. Still not out of trouble yet. That's outside, ball 4, and that loads the bases. Not a bad move to use that open base with 2 outs. But there's an equally, if not more, feared hitter on deck, and here he comes to the plate, Josh Donaldson. A 1.099 OPS. 316 average, and you're looking at the league leader in home runs with 22. He's also tied for second best in the American League with 54 RBIs. And this certainly is a run-scoring spot. He and Austin Meadows are tied for second best. And they're playing on opposite teams in this game. Counts 1-1. On the ground toward the middle, that's a base hit. Astudio will score from third. Second runner coming around. Max Kepler scores from second. And it's a 3-0 Twins lead now in the bottom of the third. Josh Donaldson picks up RBIs 55 and 56 on this RBI single. And he's now definitively in second place. Passes Austin Meadows. Now here's Eddie Rosario. Nelson Cruz on second base. Josh Donaldson on first. Brendan McKay still not out of trouble yet. He's already given up 3 earned runs. And is now officially struggling. Twins one big hit away from this game getting out of hand. But the Rays still have 2 outs in the inning. Rosario third best on the Twins with 13 home runs. The Twins haven't gotten too many players from the offseason. So that core that set that record last season for team home runs in a single season, most of them are still here. Mitch Garver got traded away, but Josh Donaldson was just signed in free agency, and he leads the entire American League in home runs, so give and take. This same Twins core is here, and they set the baseball world on fire in the month of May. They're already up 3-0. Looking for a sweep in this game, but there's Rosario flying out to Austin Meadows, and the third inning is over. The Twins get 3 runs on 3 hits. There was a walk in the inning, and 2 runners left on base. Going to the 4th inning, the Twins lead the Rays 3-0. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Top of the 4th inning coming up. Here's Yandy Diaz, who struck out in the first inning. He's 1 for 7 in the series. This is game 3 of a 3-game series. The Twins won the first 2 games, in position to sweep it. And they have an early 3-0 lead. You see Fernando Romero and Cody Stashak are warming up in the Twins bullpen. Maeda working his way up to 60 pitches. Chopped foul. The count's 1-1. Fernando Romero got injured last week when he made a start against the White Sox, and is now in the bullpen. He's not hurt anymore, but maybe you'll see him in this game. Rocco Baladelli has several resources to his potential using. It's a swing and a miss. It's out number 1. And we mentioned this earlier, but here's the graphic to prove it. Here's Kenta Maeda. He's on the mound, and he has 8 wins. He and Jake Odorizzi are back-to-back. Odorizzi tied for second best in the league with 7, but Maeda is the American League leader with 8. And if he continues to pitch well, his offense has his back. He's in position to win his 9th of the year. That's strike 1. He's 8-0 in 12 starts, too. Got 4 no decisions. And he's 2 behind Walker Buehler at the moment for Major League Baseball's lead. Walker Buehler earned his 10th win today. He's the first pitcher in the MLB to get 10 wins this season. Ji-Man Choi up to the plate. He's down in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's 0 for 1 in this one. Swing and a miss. Well-placed pitch by Kenta Maeda. 2 quick outs in the top of the 4th. Here's the pitch-speed comparison. And this is sponsored by Topps. Brendan McKay averaging 96 miles per hour. Kenta Maeda around 94 miles per hour in this game. In the mid-90s are both of these pitchers. Here's Hunter Renfroe. 226 hitter with 12 home runs and 31 RBIs. Hunter Renfroe started his career with the San Diego Padres. Just this offseason, he was traded to the Rays. There were prospects swapped between the two, but the biggest piece the Rays sent to the Padres was Tommy Pham. Pham now starting in left field for the Padres, a team that's in second place in the NL West behind the Dodgers. And Renfroe playing for a Rays team that struggled in the month of May and sits third in the AL East. And Renfroe with his plus arm starting in right field. And Austin Meadows shifted from right field to left field. Of course, Kiermaier in center, but Renfroe provides a power bat and a plus arm, though his defense isn't the strongest point of his game. But he's a feared bat in any lineup. Count still 1-2. Kenta Maeda getting up towards 70 pitches now. And he's a strike away from ending this half inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the air and foul. The count's still 1-2. And we'll most likely see Kenta Maeda's 70th pitch of the game on this next one. That's fouled off. Count still 1-2, and Renfroe working this at bat. Got him. Top of the 4th inning's over. Maeda strikes out a few in that half inning. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on for the Rays. Going into the bottom of the 4th inning, it's the Twins 3 and the Rays 0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. Here's Heidi Watney. Gee, thanks, Heidi. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Miguel Sano, the first to bat. It'll be Sano, Arias, and Estudio. 6, 7, 8 hitters. Sano, 276 hitter after going 0 for 1 in his first at bat. He struck out against Brendan McKay, and now Brendan McKay pitching down 3. He gave up 3 runs last inning. The Twins got RBIs from Max Kepler and Josh Donaldson. No ball, 1 strike pitch. Swing and a miss, counts 0-2. Sano has had some problems in recent history with getting on base and hitting for contact. And you see there those couple swings.
The count is 1-2.
Very emphatic hacks. That's caused him to struggle in his career.
That's ball 2.
Even though that's the case, he is still feared to go deep. And even though that swing can be wild, it is a swing to fear. It seems like he's been in front of some pitches, too. That's another line drive foul, and in his last at-bat before he struck out, he hit a few pitches hard to the left side. Got him to chase. Yeah, Sano swinging at several pitches in that at-bat. That's Brendan McKay's 4th strikeout. This one had him jammed, and it was at eye level. You see, there's absolutely no way he was going to hit that pitch with authority, and he misses it altogether. So 1 out, bottom of the 4th, and here comes Luis Arias. He walked last inning, and that's grounded to the left side on the first pitch. Adames to Choi. That's out number 2.
Now batting, the catcher, Williams.
So now 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Here's Williams Estudio. He's 1 for 1. He singled and later scored a run. Was a part of that 3-run 3rd inning. He's facing McKay for the 2nd time in this game. Popped up. Stubbs seems to have a play, and he makes it. The 4th inning is over. The Twins get turned away in that 4th inning. No runs on no hits. And nobody left on base. 4 full innings in the books. It's the Twins 3 and the Rays 0. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network, and here's Heidi Watney again. Gee, thanks, Heidi. That's great insight. Here's Fernando Romero coming out to pitch for the Twins. So he's coming out of the bullpen, though he is one of the Twins starters. Quite a fascinating development here, but Kenta Maeda pitches 4 full innings. His team got him 3 runs.
The designated hitter, Jose
But he got over 70 pitches
Martinez.
after the 4th inning, so he's done. So let's see how Romero does now. He's pitching with a 3-run lead. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up in the Rays order, and here's Jose Martinez leading off that trio. He's second on the Rays in hits. Was acquired in a trade with the St. Louis Cardinals. It was this past offseason that the Cardinals parted ways with him. He's a versatile player, but with Paul Goldschmidt playing first, Matt Carpenter being the starting third baseman, and the outfield being crowded already with the Cardinals, he wasn't seeing much success or much playing time there, but with the designated hitter in the American League, he's a perfect fit with the Rays. Strikes out there on 3 pitches. That's out number 1. That starts the 5th inning.
Shortstop, Willie Adames.
I'll bring up Willie Adames. More pitchers warming up in the Twins bullpen. That's down low. The count's 1-0. Adames walked in the 2nd inning. But facing a new arm in Fernando Romero. Counts 1-1 after that. Swing and miss. One ball, 1 strike pitch. That's outside. Counts 2-1. In the air to right field by Adames. Max Kepler under it, and he makes the catch. That's out number 2. So now 2 outs, top of the 5th inning. Romero gets the first 2 outs of the first 2 batters he faces in this inning. And I'll bring up Kevin Kiermaier. Kiermaier 0 for 1. Rounded out in the 2nd inning. Gold Glove Award winner among center fielders in the AL last season.
Ball 1, no strike.
Already talked about his great defense. But entered play, batting .288. He's hitting close to 10 homers as well.
Ball, that's out.
He's been a consistent bat. His numbers haven't been superstar-like, but his bat is consistent. He bats in the high 200s, has some pop here and there.
That's 3-0.
Has the ability to come through in the clutch, drives in runs. And of course, his defense is one that is missed when he's not in the lineup or out in center field. That's strike 1. Made his debut with the Rays in 2013. And mostly ever since, he's been their starting center fielder. And for good reason. This is his 8th season in the big leagues. And his 8th season with the Rays. 3-1 pitch. Inside, ball 4, 2-out walk issued by Romero to the Rays center fielder.
Now batting, catcher, Garrett.
So 2 outs, top of the 5th. That'll bring up Garrett Stubbs. So provided Kiermaier doesn't get picked off or thrown out in some way, that helps the Rays a bit, because even if Stubbs gets out, their top of the order will come back up next inning. Stubbs 0 for 1. The newest member of the Rays, former Houston Astro. Runner goes, strike. Estudio's throw down to second. Tag applied by Polanco, but it's a bit late. Now the Rays have a runner in scoring position on Kiermaier's stolen base. Slid right through the tag. Look at that. Polanco with a good applied tag, but just a bit late. Estudio did all he could, but Kiermaier just stuck in there. Kiermaier taking an extra step off second. No ball, 1 strike pitch. Check swing, but no swing, counts even at 1. Mike Zunino, who formerly played for the Mariners, spent a couple seasons in Tampa Bay, but just got traded not even a full week ago to the Astros for Garrett Stubbs. And Stubbs stayed on the Major League roster, and he's been the consistent starter of the Rays ever since he was acquired. And the Astros have been starting Mike Zunino at the catcher position ever since he was acquired. That moved Martin Maldonado to the bench for the Astros. So Maldonado used primarily for defensive needs, and Zunino provides a power bat in the Astros lineup. Swing and a miss. Romero works around the two-out base runner to get out of the top of the fifth. Halfway through this one at Target Field, it's 3-0. The Twins lead the Rays. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Bottom of the fifth rolling around here. Oliver Drake, Chaz Rowe starting to warm up in the Rays bullpen. Brendan McKay has had one poor inning to this point. He gave up 3 runs in the third inning. Other than that, he's kept the Twins scoreless. The Rays, in this entire game so far, have not scored a run. And a bunt by Byron Buxton that just goes foul. Buxton notorious for looking for cheap hits that way, bunting, using his speed as an advantage. Didn't work out that time, though. He's not a consistent hitter when he swings the bat. Certainly doesn't hit for power. But that's a weapon of his. He uses his speed, both on offense and on defense, which makes him one of the best defensive center fielders in the game. And a stolen base threat when he reaches. In the air, toward left field. Back goes Meadows toward the wall, and he makes the catch on the warning track. That's out number 1.
Up next for Minnesota.
I was about to eat my words, though. Said Buxton, not a consistent power hitter, but he hit one to the warning track there. 1 out, bottom of the fifth. Here comes Max Kepler. Doubled in a run in his second at bat, now facing Brendan McKay for the third time this game. That was Kepler's contribution to the Twins scoring 3 in the third inning. Josh Donaldson got the other 2 RBIs. Talked about this earlier, but Kepler, one of just over 40 players that have ever played Major League Baseball from the country of Germany. He was born in Germany. And a rare player to come to America and play Major League Baseball from that country, which is fascinating in itself. He's been a consistent right fielder with the Twins. Plus arm, left-handed power bat, and he grounds it into the shift. There's Lowe. He makes the play. That's out number 2. 2 quick outs for McKay in the bottom of the fifth inning. And the number 2 hitter coming to the plate now, Jorge Polanco. Polanco 0 for 2 out of the 2 spot. He's gotten out in the air both times he's come up to the plate. Now he has a .301 average, still 10 home runs and 38 RBIs. Hasn't done much in this game out of that 2 spot. There's still plenty of game left to play. Pulled it on the ground left side. Adames to Choi, and the 5th inning is over. Brendan McKay now has 4 scoreless innings out of 5 on his line. After 5 full innings, it's the Twins 3 and the Rays 0. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Top of the order due up for the Rays. In this half inning, Brandon Lowe, Austin Meadows, and Yandy Diaz. Fernando Romero pitching in his second inning now, and he throws a first pitch strike. Kenta Maeda pitched 4 scoreless innings. Romero pitched a scoreless 5th. Now he's here in the 6th.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And Lowe quickly down on the count. No balls and 2 strikes. (0-2) pitch. Ooh, it went inside and it hit him. Certainly not a great 0-2 pitch. I see what he was trying to do. He was trying to back foot slider that pitch and get him to chase it, but it broke too far inside and wound up hitting him. That's a leadoff base runner for the Rays. Here comes Austin Meadows. Meadows 0 for 2 out of the 2 spot in this game. And he's a good bat to neutralize. He's 3rd best in the American League now in runs batted in.
Nope, ball 1.
That's ball 1.
Count 1-0.
Meadows over the last 3 games has gone 5 for 12. I already know what great bat he has and how much he's blossomed in Tampa Bay. That's down low, counts 2-0. Drafted by the Pirates in 2013. Made his Major League debut in 2018 with the Pirates. Was shortly traded after to Tampa Bay. And then he had a breakout season in 2019. Counts 2-1. That's a strike, counts even 2-2. This game not quite out of reach yet. The Twins got an early lead. But the Rays have some bat in this lineup that could swing the game around on one pitch. Still a good one here. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. The quality bat of the Rays neutralized.
The third base.
Meadows now 0 for 3. It's out number 1. So 1 out, top of the 6th inning. Here comes Yandy Diaz, struck out twice. But he's facing a new arm for the first time in this game. That pitch misses outside. The count's 1-0. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. My name is Nicholas Callis. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for notifications on when we go live and when we upload videos that have important information about the league. MLB Virtual Network's the channel. You can also follow us on Twitter for other important information that gets posted every night. @VirtualMLB is the Twitter handle. And go ahead and follow for notifications on when we tweet. 2-ball, no-strike pitch. Swung on and missed. The count's 2-1. Yandy Diaz was once a utility infielder with the Cleveland Indians. Was traded to the Rays. And he filled their need for a third baseman. And he's had a couple breakout seasons. Nothing spectacular about his defense. Pretty standard. He does the job, but his offense is what caught the attention of many in the league. That's what caused him to bat in the middle of the order and to stay in the lineup consistently. The count's full, 3 balls and 2 strikes, top of the 6th inning. Brandon Lowe's on first base. He got hit by a pitch to start this inning. Austin Meadows just struck out. Full count pitch. Too high, that's ball 4. And we're still in the middle of this game, but the potential tying run is now up to the plate. And it's a Tampa Bay favorite, Ji-Man Choi. He's 0 for 2, though, in this game. Struck out and flew out in this one. 3 for 9 in total in the series, also has an RBI. This is game 3 of a 3-game series between these two teams. The Twins won the first 2. Twins also struck for 3 runs in the 3rd inning. The Rays not quite out of it yet. No ball, 1 strike pitch to Choi. That's down low. Counts even 1-1. Choi most recently played for the Brewers, but he's found a home with the Rays. He's had a consistent bat. Just seems like a great guy to get to know, too, and that's why fans love him. He has a personality that comes out every once in a while. Buxton makes the catch. Lowe does not try to advance. He tagged at second, but stayed there. And now there are 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. Yandy Diaz still on first, and that'll bring up Hunter Renfroe. Not a hit in this series after 11 at-bats. 0 for 2 in this game. But this is a crucial spot in this game for the Rays. They've been shut out through 5+ innings. Romero an out away from making that 6. Kenta Maeda threw 4 scoreless innings to begin this game. Romero came in the 5th, put up a 0. Now he's here in the 6th. He let up a couple runners. But there are 2 outs and no runs in yet. One ball, 1 strike. Romero's pitch. Swing and a miss. I've noticed Romero has been keeping the pitches low in the zone. Perhaps intending to induce a ground ball. So 2 good spotted pitches, a fastball low, and that last pitch was a breaking ball. 1-2 pitch. Outside, the count's even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pivotal point in this game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on top of the 6th. It's a 3-run game, and the Rays are not in the lead, but that pitch hit out to left field. Going back, Rosario, and that ball is gone! This game is tied at 3. Romero was ahead in the count. He threw an off-speed pitch over the middle of the plate, and Renfroe,
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the
good at hitting pitches in that location. And that's going to get Romero taken out of the game. It's a brand new game. Brendan McKay still pitching, but right now he won't get a decision. Kenta Maeda also won't get a decision in this one. Cody Stashak is on the mound. Has a 1-0 record in 2 games and also has a 1.29 ERA. Facing Jose Martinez, who struck out a couple times.
Outside, that's a ball.
The Rays have rallied in this 6th inning. A hit by pitch, a walk, and a home run have netted them 3 runs, and it's 3-3 in the top of the 6th. It's down low, counts 2-0. Jose Martinez at the plate. And Renfroe, who just hit that home run. That was his first hit of the series in 12 at-bats. One that's crucial, though. The Rays are in this game. They're in position to get swept. Twins won the first 2 games of this 3-game series. But the Rays still fighting back. Game tied. In the air. Towards center field. Byron Buxton under it. Catch made. Top of the 6th. Over. But Hunter Renfroe has made a difference in this game. With 2 runners on and 2 outs. He hit this 3-run home run to tie the game at 3 going to the bottom of the 6th. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, MLB Virtual Network, for important notifications. And follow us on Twitter at VirtualMLB. 3-4-5 hitters in the order due up. Nelson Cruz, Josh Donaldson, and Eddie Rosario. Brendan McKay still on the mound, and his offense helped him out in the top of the 6th inning. They got 3 runs. A hit batter, a walk, and a 3-run home run by Hunter Renfroe have tied this game at 3. Now everything starts over. McKay no longer in position to lose the game, and if he still pitches and his team finds a way to get the lead, he might get the win, but that's all still pending. Nelson Cruz there, though, gets a leadoff single. And he's on base with nobody out. That'll bring up the player that is 2nd in the American League in RBIs, Josh Donaldson. Got his 55th and 56th RBIs of the season after his last at-bat. He got a 2 RBI single back in the 3rd inning, and now bats here against Brendan McKay. Fouls that one off, counts 0-1. Donaldson also the American League leader in home runs with 22. As a runner on, nobody out. I just heard a fan screaming MVP, and that made me think Donaldson is in the conversation for MVP. But that's something I don't like to talk about this early in the season. We're still in June, and there are so many more events, so many more results, so many more outcomes that are possible before rushing to decide who's the most valuable player or which team's going to win a division or make a wild card spot. 2-2 count on Donaldson. Up high, counts full 3-2. This is a player that struggled with injuries toward his later seasons with the Blue Jays, but proved his worth last year with the Braves and earned himself a sizable contract here in Minnesota. And he's been doing well. Lines that one out to left. Meadows makes the catch. Cruz didn't tag, so he'll retreat to first. And there's one out in the bottom of the 6th inning. I'll check this out again. That pitch was right over the middle of the plate, and Donaldson, if anything, pulled off it a bit too much. Still squared it up, but right to Meadows in left field. So Cruz still on first, one out, bottom of the 6th, and here comes Kevin Cash. Brendan McKay hands the ball off to him. McKay pitches 5 in the 3rd innings. Gave up 3 earned runs, all that were scored in that 3rd inning. Cruz is still his responsibility. Cruz on first base. He reached on a single. So the scoreline not done.
Number 53.
But he's taken out of the game. Anthony Banda comes into the game. Has an ERA of 9.53 and 11 in the 3rd innings. Not a huge sample size to judge his ERA with. But he has the ball now, and a potential go-ahead run in the form of Nelson Cruz on first base and some dangerous hitters coming up. Eddie Rosario, the first of them, and Miguel Sano's on deck. That's up high, counts 1-0. Anthony Banda was another pitcher that got called up a few weeks ago. As a part of Jalen Beeks getting sent down and a couple other transactions that the Rays made. But Banda has been consistently coming out of the bullpen. He was a starter in AAA when this season began. But now he's been pitching out of the bullpen, more or less a long relief arm. And he's pitching with purpose now. The Rays tied the game in the top of the 6th inning. The Twins got their 3 runs in the 3rd inning, and the Rays got them all back. All 3 runs back in the top of the 6th. Nelson Cruz is on first, and he's running in the air to right field, and that's foul. And I have to assume that was a hit and run, because Cruz is not somebody that swipes bases. Counts still leaving 2-2 after that foul ball. Two-two pitch. Popped up. Garrett Stubbs makes the catch. Cruz remains on first. And now there are 2 outs. So with that, Miguel Sano will come up to the plate. Sano's 0 for 2. He struck out a couple times. Facing a new pitcher, though, for the first time in this game. Still a left-hander. That's fouled off. The count's 0-1. Sano, over his last 9 games, is at 2 home runs and driven in 11. This Twins team won 24-5 in the month of May. They started June with a couple wins, but nothing certain in this game on the 3rd day of June in 2020. And I'll tell you, it's been quite a year, folks. I'm sure nobody needs me to tell them that, though. 1-1 pitch. That's outside. The count's 2-1. Two ball, 1 strike pitch. That's down low. Counts 3-1. Luis Arias on deck. Ooh, well ahead of that pitch. Sano's been ahead of a few pitches in this game. He's been pulling off a lot of pitches. And he's been fooled by breaking balls, which has resulted in him striking out twice. But he exercises discipline there and works a 2-out walk. That moves Cruz to second. The Twins now with a possibility of scoring with a couple runners on and 2 outs. Luis Arias is coming to the plate. He walked earlier on, the only time he's reached base in this one. He's officially 0 for 1. Facing Anthony Banda for the first time in this game. Inside, almost hit him. Counts 1-0. High and outside, counts 2-0. Nelson Cruz on second is still the responsibility of Brendan McKay. Cruz singled to begin this inning. But the scoreline not done on McKay yet. Banda looking to protect McKay while also protect the entire team. That's the go-ahead run on second base. Counts even 2-2. The game hanging in the balance at this point. 2 ball, 2 strike count, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Bottom of the 6th, it's a tie game. 2-2. In the dirt. Stubbs can't keep it in front of him. Both Cruz. They both tried to advance, and they do both advance. That'll be scored a wild pitch. Now both runners in scoring position. Cruz on third, Sano on second. Full count pitch. There's a base open now. Williams Estudio is on deck. That's fouled off. The count still full 3-2. Araya is a very good player, very good batter at getting on base. So very good at making contact and hitting for average. Soft fly ball, left center field. Kiermaier, the Gold Glove center fielder of last season in the AL, makes that catch and saves any runners from scoring. 6 innings have been recorded. This game tied at 3, and Banda pitches the Rays out of trouble going into the 7th. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Bottom of the order due up for the Rays in this half inning: Willie Adames, Kevin Kiermaier, and Garrett Stubbs. That's fouled off. Count 0-1. Adames 0 for 1 in this game. Reached base once on a walk. Cody Stashak still on the mound. On the ground right side, there's Arias. Throws to Sano. That's out number 1. The Twins got all 3 of their runs in the 3rd inning off Brendan McKay. An RBI double by Max Kepler and a 2 RBI single by Josh Donaldson. Then in the 6th inning, a hit batter, a walk, and then a 3-run home run by Hunter Renfroe. Tied the game at 3. So both Kenta Maeda and Brendan McKay will not get a decision in this game. It's the bullpen's responsibility from this point on. Tyler Clippard, Taylor Rogers warming up. Rogers is the closer. He's already throwing. Rogers has not been a lights-out pitcher for the Twins this season. He's been their closer, but he's blown 7 saves, and his ERA is up around 9. 2-1's the count on Kiermaier. Other than Rogers, the Twins have had a solid rotation to eat up innings, and their bullpen, the rest of it, has been very reliable on the year, and it's been bolstered by Scott Alexander being picked up in a trade acquisition a few weeks ago. That's outside, counts full 3-2. But in this game, Kenta Maeda pitched 4 scoreless innings. Fernando Romero pitched a scoreless 5th, but gave up the 3 runs that the Rays scored in the 6th. Stashak came in after the home run, got the final out of the 6th inning, and now he's here in the 7th. Got an out, but lets a runner on via the walk. And so instead of Rogers, now Sergio Romo is warming up in the Twins bullpen. He and Tyler Clippard are setup pitchers and veterans. Swing and a miss. The count's 0-1 on Garrett Stubbs, who is 0 for 2. Garrett Stubbs new to a starting role. He's never been a consistent starter on a major league team in his career. Was always a AAA player in the Astros system, but getting his chance to break out with the Rays after being traded here. No ball, 2-strike pitch. That one was left up in the zone, and Stubbs rocked it, but got it a bit too far out in front of it and just fouls it off. So the count remains 0-2. Stashak with another pitch coming. Strike 3 called. Right around the knees of Stubbs. Stashak with his first strikeout since coming out of the bullpen. And that's all for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
2 outs, top of the 7th inning, and Tyler Clippard
Number 36.
comes in to pitch for the Twins. A veteran on the mound, and he's been doing well this season. In 26 appearances, has a 185 earned run average. 1 out left to get in the top of this 7th inning. Here's Brandon Lowe. 1 for 2 in this one, and he takes strike 1 around the top of the zone. Tyler Clippard's been around a few teams in his major league career. As that pickoff attempt unsuccessful, Kiermaier back safely. Another pickoff attempt. Again, Kiermaier back safely. Clippard, 35 years old. Oh, 1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Counts 0-2. Tyler Clippard has a birthday on Valentine's Day. February 14th, 1985 was when he was born. 0-2 pitch. Outside, counts 1-2. But Clippard's played for the Yankees, the Nationals, the Athletics, the Mets, the Diamondbacks, the White Sox, the Astros, the Indians, and the Blue Jays. Now on the Twins, and he gets a strikeout of Ji-Man Choi, and that ends the top of the 7th inning. No runs for the Rays in the top of the 7th inning. Stretch time here at Target Field. Score still tied at 3. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. Every game for that matter is brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 8-9-1 hitters do it for the Twins in this half inning. Williams Estudio, Byron Buxton, and Max Kepler all scheduled to bat. Soft flare toward left center field. Adames can't make the play. And Estudio's on base for the 2nd time in this game. He has his 2nd single. That's the potential go-ahead run for the Twins on base in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Byron Buxton. I wouldn't be surprised if Buxton tries to ambush the infield and lay down a bunt. And even if he gets thrown out, Estudio will make it to 2nd. And if Estudio gets thrown out, Buxton a stolen base threat. 1-0 pitch. That's a strike. Counts even 1-1. So far he's taken 2 pitches. No sign of dropping a bunt down. 1-1. Pop foul. The count's 1-2. Buxton did try to reach base on a bunt earlier in this game, but it went foul. That was the only attempt he made in this game. And that might be out of play now. He's down on the count 1-2. Down low, counts even 2-2. Buxton in this game 0 for 2. Even count. Sharp liner caught by Willy Adames at short. And that's out number 1.
Up next for the Twins.
So with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th and a runner on for the Twins, the top of the order is coming back up. It's Max Kepler, 1 for 3. But his hit was a crucial one. He had a double back in the 3rd inning. That was the Twins' first run of the game. Was a part of a 3-run inning. Now this game tied at 3 in the bottom of the 7th. High fly ball toward right field. Hunter Renfroe seems to have a play, and he makes it. The Studio goes back to first. That's out number 2 in the bottom of the 7th. Max Kepler flies out.
The batter, number 11, shortstop,
So with that, the number 2 hitter comes to the plate. Jorge Polanco 0 for 3. It's outside, counts 1-0. Polanco, a switch hitter, batting from the right side, and he's faced only left-handers in this game, so he hasn't gotten a chance to hit from the right side. Well, I mean, he always has a chance, but typical switch hitting etiquette is to bat the opposite side of the pitcher. Ground ball left side. There's Diaz. Throws the low, covering second. Out is the studio, and the 7th inning has been completed. No runs on a hit for the Twins, and 1 runner left on after 7 full innings. This game tied at 3. We'll go to the 8th. And that's one thing I guarantee about this channel: you will never see commercials. Isn't that great? Makes the games go a lot faster, too. A lot of these recordings take roughly an hour and a half, 2 hours. Which isn't too bad compared to 3 to 3.5 hours of real baseball. Although I'm not going to start that war, because I do miss real baseball, so don't think I don't. This is just me pretending that baseball is still going on. And hopefully you all have imaginations big enough for you to pretend that this is real baseball, too. That's the whole point. Corey Guerin, Sergio Romo warming up in the Twins bullpen. The Rays up to bat in the top of the 8th inning. Austin Meadows, Yandy Diaz, and Ji-Man Choi, 2, 3, 4 hitters scheduled to bat. Counts 2-1. But this is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. Look for us on YouTube and follow us on Twitter at VirtualMLB. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Austin Meadows at the plate, and the count run full 3-2. Tyler Clippard came in the 7th. With 2 outs, got the final out of the 7th inning, and now pitching here in the 8th. The Twins have used 4 pitchers. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball right side. Well played by Araya as he throws out Meadows. That's out number 1.
The third baseman, number 2, Yandy Diaz.
Brendan McKay gave up all 3 runs for the Rays, but of the 4 Twins pitchers, just one of them gave up any runs, and it was Fernando Romero, who gave up a 3-run home run to Hunter Renfroe in the 6th inning. That tied the game at 3. The Twins got their runs in the 3rd inning thanks to an RBI double by Max Kepler and a 2-run single by Josh Donaldson. Nothing in 1 pitch. That's down low, counts even 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
So both Brendan McKay and Kenta Maeda, who started this game, will not get decisions. There's also a crucial game, too. The Twins are looking for a sweep. Are now looking for their Major League leading 44th win of the year. The Rays are looking to avoid getting swept. This is game 3 of a 3-game series. The Twins won the first 2. Counts even 2-2 on a close pitch. But right now, the Twins and Dodgers are tied for the most wins in baseball. They each have 43. It's played by Donaldson. He throws to Sano. Out at first is Diaz, and that's out number 2.
Now batting, the first baseman, Ji-Man.
So 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. And here's Ji-Man Choi. Man Choi 0 for 3. He flew out in the 6th inning. He's now 3 for 10 in this series. He's been hitless out of the cleanup spot in this game. Swing and a miss. The count's 0-1. This has turned into quite a game. Offense has busted out for both teams in just 1 inning. And someone will have to score again for this game to end.
Oh, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
High fly ball toward right field. There's Max Kepler. He makes the catch. Top of the 8th inning is over. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on for the Rays in the top of the 8th. Going to the bottom of the 8th, it's the Twins 3 and the Rays 3.
Your attention, please. Now,
Here's Oliver Drake coming out of the bullpen to pitch
number 47,
for the Rays. Anthony Banda and his outing today are over. Drake in 36 games has an ERA of 3.63.
Leading off for the Twins, the designated hitter, Nelson.
Here's Nelson Cruz coming to the plate. Cruz 1 for 2. He singled in the 6th inning, has a 2.89 average now after his at-bats in this game. Facing Oliver Drake for the first time, and this is the first right-handed pitcher that the Twins have seen. Brendan McKay and Anthony Banda, the only two pitchers to come out of the bullpen for the Rays until this point, and they were both left-handed pitchers. One ball, no strike pitch. That's fouled off. Counts 1-1. Nelson Cruz, still one of the best power hitters in baseball, as he continues to age. It's in his second season with the Twins. He's been their designated hitter consistently, and he's done the job of somebody who's designated to hit. One ball, two strike pitch. Swing and a miss. That's out number 1. But the Twins as an organization, I mean, Cruz is just one of the players that they've signed and they've traded for. But this Twins team set a foundation last year, won over 100 games, won the AL Central, proved themselves to be a force to be reckoned with after setting a single-season team home run record with over 500 home runs. The Twins last season hit more home runs as a team than the Yankees did. And they've set a foundation. They acquired Josh Donaldson in free agency. They acquired Rich Hill and Homer Bailey in free agency, though Rich Hill hasn't pitched for them yet. But this is an organization that's heading in the right direction, and they're exceeding expectations this season so far. They have Kenta Maeda, Homer Bailey. Scott Alexander is now in the bullpen. They don't have Mitch Garver anymore. They traded him away, but this is still a team that has 43 wins coming into June. Base hit for Josh Donaldson. He's aboard for the second time in this game. But the Twins have the best record in the American League right now, and with a win in this game, they'll have the best record in all of Major League Baseball. Right now, the Twins and Dodgers are tied. They both have 43 wins in baseball. But the Twins and Dodgers are the only teams in baseball with over 40 wins. This is a Twins team that's pretty quality. Actually, more than quality. An excellent team this season. And the Rays, however, are looking to crawl their way back into the AL East. It's gotten competitive. The Yankees are in the lead, but the Orioles, Blue Jays, and Rays have been in the middle of the division consistently, and they're fighting for a wild card spot and a solid second-place position. There's a ground out there by Eddie Rosario. That gets Donaldson out at second, and that ends the 8th inning. So we're still tied at 3. We'll go to the 9th inning. 3-3, the Rays and Twins are tied. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. This is Nicholas Callis. And this is Target Field, the venue of this game. The Rays and Twins playing each other. The Twins playing host to the Rays. 5, 6, 7 hitters due up in the Rays order, and Hunter Renfroe, the leadoff hitter of that trio. Down low, the count's 1-0. This is game 3 of a 3-game series. The Rays have lost the first 2 games. They were down 3 early, but they came back thanks to the bat of this man, but he grounds out in that at bat. But Renfroe hit a 3-run home run in the 6th inning that tied the game at 3. But now 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. Here comes Jose Martinez. 0 for 3 out of the 6th spot. The designated hitter of this Rays team. The Rays just picked him up this past offseason in a trade with the Cardinals. And he's gotten to flourish here, being an everyday starter as designated hitter. Couldn't do much in St. Louis because the National League does not have a designated hitter, and St. Louis is filled to the brim with depth. It's outside. The count's 1-1. Martino struggling in this game, though. Though anybody can be a hero in a tie game in the 9th inning or later. That's fouled off. The count's still 1-2. That's such a wonderful thing about baseball, too, and all sports for that matter, but there can always be an unlikely hero no matter how bad of a day you've had. When teams stay in ball games, it creates an opportunity for players to become heroes, and a bad day can be washed away with one big moment, or in baseball, for instance, one big pitch or one big swing. Martinez, though, doesn't get a hit in that at bat. He's 0 for 4 now. And with 2 outs, here's Willy Adames. He reached base once on a walk earlier in this game. Officially 0 for 2, and he takes ball 1. Tyler Clippard got the final out of the 7th inning, pitched a scoreless 8th, and he's got 2 outs here in the 9th. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Willy Adames, the shortstop of the Rays. Counts 2-1. That's outside, and it's a hitter's count now for Adames. 3 balls and a strike. Adames, 24 years of age. Made his Major League debut in 2018. Was the future shortstop of the Rays, and now the future's here. This is his 3rd season now as the starting shortstop. Fly ball out to right field. Max Kepler under it. He makes the catch. The top of the 9th inning over, so the Twins now in a position to win it in the bottom of the 9th. They need just a run. Well, we're tied at 3 going into the bottom of the 9th. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20, and my name's Nicholas Callis. 3-3 score going into the bottom of the 9th. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up in the Twins order. Miguel Sano, Luis Arias, and Williams Estudio. Against the shift. Out to right field. A long run for Renfroe, but he makes the catch. And a 1-pitch out for Oliver Drake to start the bottom of the 9th inning.
Number 2, second baseman.
So both of these teams have 3 runs, but their score lines are quite different. The Rays have scored 3 runs on just 2 hits. The Twins have 3 runs on 6 hits. Here's Luis Arias. He fouls that pitch off. The count's 0-1. Drake throwing consistently in the mid-90s. Came out of the bullpen last inning. Pitched a scoreless 8th. Now he's here in the 9th with the objective to send this game to extras. And not that any of the Twins' order is safe, but Drake right now facing the bottom of the order. You see Nick Anderson and Chaz Rowe warming up. Anderson, one of the best closers in the American League. He's in the top 10 in saves in the AL. Might see him in extras, whether the Rays have the lead or not. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Inside, counts even 2-2. Oliver Drake right back on the mound. Every pitch is crucial in a game like this. That's fouled off, and Arias stays in the plate appearance. We'll see another pitch. On the ground, Drake plays it off the mound, throws to Choi. It's out number 2. So the Twins scored first. They got all 3 of their runs in the 3rd inning. Max Kepler hit an RBI double, and Josh Donaldson hit a 2-run single. That made it 3-0. But then in the 6th inning, Brandon Lowe got hit by a pitch. Yandy Diaz walked, and Hunter Renfroe hit a 3-run home run with 2 outs. So each team scored their 3 runs in 1 inning. Scoring hasn't been spread throughout the game. The Twins got 3 runs in the 3rd. The Rays got 3 runs in the 6th. And we're on the brink of extra innings here. Williams' studio standing in the way of Rays and another chance to hit. Drake makes the catch in foul territory. 9 innings not enough to complete this game. The Twins get no runs on no hits and leave no runners on in the bottom of the 9th inning. We'll see a 10th inning. It's 3-3. The Rays and the Twins tied.
Your attention, please.
Sergio Romo out of the Twins bullpen now.
Number 54.
Has an ERA of 1.80 in 10 appearances. A veteran pitcher, former World Series champion. He closed for the San Francisco Giants.
Leading off the plate.
Most notably closed in 2012 and was one of the top relievers in baseball once upon a time. Now giving his services to the Twins. 8-9 hitters due up for the Rays. Kevin Kiermaier, you see him up there now. And Garrett Stubbs. And Brandon Lowe scheduled to bat. Swing and a miss. The count's quickly 0-2 on the center fielder of the Rays. 0-2 pitch. It's in the dirt. The count's 1-2. Sergio Romo now 37 years old. In the air toward right center field. There's Byron Buxton. Catch made. That's out number 1.
The catcher, number
So with 1 out in the top of the 10th, that'll bring up Garrett Stubbs, the number 9 hitter. He is 0 for 3. Struck out most recently. He struggled in his first few games with the Rays, still getting adjusted to Major League life. Remember, he was a minor league catcher with the Astros. Didn't play there very much. Wasn't on the Major League roster very much, but the Rays traded away their starting catcher, Mike Zunino, for Stubbs. So Stubbs the one who will be doing the catching, and the Rays hoping he'll develop. But he grounds out there to Romo. That's out number 2 in the top of the 10th.
now batting.
So 2 quick outs for Romo. And it's back to the top of the order for the Rays. Brandon Lowe coming up. Lowe not somebody to take lightly, though. He singled in the first inning, 0 for 2 since. But he has some hidden power. First pitch. That's down low, counts 1-0. But back to Sergio Romo. Romo pitched for the Giants from 2008 to 2016. Pitched for the Dodgers in 2017 and the Rays. He pitched for the Rays in the second half of 2017 and all of 2018. Then he started the year with the Marlins in 2019, but was traded over to the Twins, and he's still here. So he's facing one of his former teams, but again, most notably, he pitched for the Giants. Was a part of their 2010, 2012, and 2014 World Series championships, though he most notably closed in 2012. Brian Wilson was the closer in 2010. Out to left field. Rosario runs it down. The top of the 10th inning is over, and the Rays fail to score, so the Twins in another position to win the ball game. Game still tied at 3 going to the bottom of the 10th inning. 9-1-2 hitters due up when we come back. Hey, look at that, we're back. Yeah, there's a new pitcher coming onto the mound for the Rays. It's Chaz Rowe. 6.15 ERA in 28 appearances. He's averaging less than an inning in each appearance. Oliver Drake was the last pitcher to pitch for the Rays, and he got this game to go to extras. Twins will have Byron Buxton, Max Kepler, and Jorge Polanco scheduled to bat in the bottom of the 10th. We haven't seen any runs come across the plate since the Hunter Renfroe home run in the 6th inning. The Twins haven't scored since the 3rd inning. The Rays looking to avoid a sweep. The Twins won the first 2 games of this series. The Twins went 24-5 in the month of May and won their first 2 games of June, but that's in jeopardy here. They're on the offensive now, but this game's still tied. And we're in extras. 1-1 pitch. Bunt. That's fouled off, and it hit the umpire. Well, thankfully he got up. Must not have been that serious. Counts 1-2. Line foul. The count's still 1-2. Buxton again trying to bunt. He bunted for the second time. He tried to bunt earlier. That was his second attempt of the game. Of course, we know what kind of speed potential he has on the base path, so not a bad idea for him to try to do that. But he strikes out ultimately. 1 out, bottom of the 10th inning. Top of the order for the Twins coming up, but we'll look at that strikeout again one more time. Just couldn't make contact with that low breaking ball. And here's Max Kepler with Nick Anderson and Colin Poche now in the Rays bullpen. That's down low. The count's 1-0. Max Kepler's only hit was in the 3rd inning. He hit a double which pushed across 1 run for the Twins. He accounted for 1 of the 3 Twins runs in that inning. Josh Donaldson drove in the other 2 with a single. 1-0 pitch. It's outside. The count's 1-1. Now, both of these teams have a chunk of their order that could give their team the lead or win the ball game with 1 swing. And right now, the Twins are coming into that territory. Kepler, Polanco, Cruz, Donaldson, and Rosario all have the potential to end this game with 1 swing. The Rays will have their 2, 3, 4 hitters up in the order. Austin Meadows to lead off. So a threatening part of each order coming up in the future. Swing and a miss. That's out number 2. Although the Rays are not guaranteed at bats yet, the Twins could still win it with scoring just 1 run. But Chaz Rowe got the first 2 outs of the bottom of the 10th. Going to bring up Jorge Polanco, switch hitter batting from the left side. Polanco's 0 for 4. That's pushed his average below 300 now. He's at 299 with a 379 on-base percentage. He's slugging .511 on the season now as well. Not too bad of a total in that category. No ball, 1 strike pitch. That's a strike. Count quickly. No balls and 2 strikes. Chaz Rowe trying to send this game to the 11th. No ball, 2 strike pitch. High fly ball into right field. This ball game is over. That's a walk-off home run for Jorge Polanco. And his 11th home run of the season wins this ball game for the Twins. Not a great pitch when you're ahead in the count. Look at where that was. Belt high. Over the middle of the plate. Center cut. And I just said it. You're entering a part of the order where these hitters can end the game on 1 swing, and Polanco did just that. The Twins complete the sweep of the Rays. And after a 24-5 month of May, the Twins are 3-0 to start June. That's the player of the game, Jorge Polanco. Had just 1 hit in this game, but it was a crucial at bat because it was the walk-off home run and gave the Twins the win. I mean, that was a no-doubter as well. It's an absolute exclamation point on the end of this game. So the Twins improved to 44-19. They're still in first in the American League Central, and they now have the best record in all of Major League Baseball. The Rays fall to 30-34. And depending on how the Yankees and the rest of the teams in the division do, They might move to 4th place, but right now they're still in 3rd place with that 30-33 record. So nothing definitive for the Rays yet, but you can see where they ended up in the standings when you check out the results and standings update that will be posted in an hour or so when we get that recorded and sent out to you guys on YouTube and Twitter. But a quick scoring summary, and nothing too complicated about the scoring here. The Twins struck first in the 3rd inning. They got runs thanks to a Max Kepler double and a Josh Donaldson 2-run single. The Rays got a walk, a hit by we start over. The Rays in the 6th inning got a hit batter, a walk, and then a 3-run home run by Hunter Renfroe that tied the game at 3. Nobody scored in the 7th inning on. Game went into extras. And in the bottom of the 10th inning, Jorge Polanco ended it with a home run. And the Twins complete the sweep of the series. 3-game series sweep for the Twins, who have once again claimed their spot as the best team in baseball up to this point. It's been quite a season for them, and they're AL Central leaders. They lead all of baseball with 44 wins and 19 losses, a half game above the Dodgers for the best record in baseball. Not that that matters, but the Dodgers are 43 and 19. So, good for the Twins. You've been watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel for notifications about when we go live and when we upload videos that might have crucial information to this league and how you can follow it. You can also follow the Twitter page where you'll get videos posted from YouTube. You'll get them right to Twitter as well, along with announcements about transaction updates, trade updates, and injury updates. All on Twitter. Check out our Twitter page. @VirtualMLB is the handle. But I'm Nicholas Callis saying so long from Target Field. Once again, the final score: the Twins 4 and the Rays 3 after 10.